She was like, you know, Fernando, I'm pregnant. I'm like, what? That is not my son, baby.
Everyone, this is Susie. Welcome Susie to the show. Now, I want to show you something. I want to show you a photo of Susie's son, Fernando. You see, on October 10th, 2010, 22-year-old Fernando was shot to death. And while Susie should be mourning the loss of her son, she has instead found herself in the middle of a bitter dispute. You see, Susie says this woman named Regina has come forward claiming that Fernando is the father of her now 1.5-year-old son, Rashawn. However, Susie doesn't believe it. She denies that claim. Watch.
Losing a son is something that no mother should ever experience. I have been trying to mourn my son for 2 years. 2 years, but I haven't been able to do that because Regina is taking me through all of this tragedy. Fernando is not the father of that kid, Rashawn. Let me repeat it. He is not the father. Regina was never Fernando's girlfriend. She did anything she wanted to get whatever she wanted when she wanted it. Regina might have some people fooling this family, but not me. I will fight to the end to make sure my son's legacy lives on, but not through this kid.
Now, this conflict goes much deeper than even that. You see, Fernando's father, Kenneth, and Fernando's aunt, Joanne, disagree with Susie. And they have welcomed baby Rashawn into their lives. And we're going to hear from them a bit later. But you say it's not about DNA.
It's not about DNA. It's about obsessed. It's about obsessed. Regina was stalking my son.
What did he say to you?
Regina came to my house and told me, she knocked on the door and said she was waiting on Fernando. I'm like, Fernando always called me and tell me, Mama, let my company in and keep him comfortable or whatever. I said, okay, so I called him, Fernando, on the phone. He's like, Mama, get her ass out of there. I don't want no part of her. Get her out of there. And she was parked down the street, stalking him.
Stalking?
Stalking him, watching to see who he with. Come on now, move on. Go. Bye.
You sound like you haven't been able to grieve for your son.
I haven't been able to grieve since all of this bull crap been coming on. I mean, if anybody know, I'm the mother. Joanne, Kenny doesn't know, none of them know. I know because I've been there with my son.
What happens if this is your grandson?
If this is my grandson, I'm gonna apologize. I want some part of my son.
But you don't think this is him?
No.
Does he look like your son?
Deep down in my heart, he looks nothing like my son. Nothing. Look at him. She don't know who the father is.
When you were with your son, did Regina say she was pregnant with his child?
Yes, I remember that day like it was yesterday. She comes up, and you know, a parent, a mother, you know, I always want to see what their kids or somebody got to say to them. So I'm easing up, listening. She was like, you know, Fernando, I'm pregnant. I'm like, what? That is not my son, baby. That is not my son's baby.
She then struck up a relationship with your ex-husband.
Might have been.
And your ex-sister-in-law.
Yeah, that's how she is. She just wants some part of Fernando. She's so obsessed. I mean, she wants to be the one
to
go on.
You get along with your ex-sister-in-law?
Yeah,
Joanne?
I get along with her. We talks, you know, but...
Did you ask her, why did you bring...
She's saying that she still wants everybody to know that, you know, Fernando has a kid out here. It's not Fernando kid. She wants some part of Fernando.
Right. Regina, of course, has a completely different story.
Yes, she does.
This is what she said.
Fernando was my baby. I loved him. He was always there for me. I was devastated when Fernando got killed. I was pregnant and had to find out that my baby daddy had got killed. I didn't know what to do. I was hurt. I'm angry with the way Susie been treating me and my child. We don't deserve this. Fernando knew in his heart that Rashawn was his. It was his mother, Susie, that was trying to convince him otherwise. She wanted Fernando all to herself. I'm so thankful that Kenneth and Joanne accepted me and my son into their family. Rashawn bring them so much happiness that Susie is missing out on. And I'm here to tell her that Fernando is the father of my child.
Everybody, here's Regina. Welcome, Regina. Hi, Regina. Regina, nice to see you.
How you doing, Maury?
Just fine. Okay. Is that the father of your child?
Yes, it is.
Wants to
You think
be.
they look alike?
Wants to be. Doesn't look nothing like
Yes.
him. Doesn't look nothing like him. Doesn't look nothing like him. Look at my son. My son is handsome.
And my baby not. And my baby not. And come to think
but
about
that's
it,
not
he
my
looks
son.
like you.
No,
and come to think
you want
about
him to
it,
look
he
like
look
us,
like you.
baby. You
He
want him
look
to
like
look like
you.
us.
Sit
Never.
down,
He
sit down.
look like you.
Regina.
What you mean? I was never no
Never,
stalker.
never.
I was never no stalker.
That's what she says. You were a stalker.
How about I was a stalker when Fernando met me? He met me at my job on the clock.
You used to come over.
Did
We finna
Fernando?
see.
Did Fernando ever say to you that
You
this
my
is
woman.
not this is not his son?
No. When I came over there, I drove my red granddam
Yes, you did.
over her house
Yes, you
and
did.
told Fernando
Yes, you did.
that I was pregnant.
Yes,
he
you
was like,
did.
well,
He
if
said,
you
"We
want to
gonna
get
get
an
abortion.
whatever, abortion
He
or
gonna
whatever,
help- there
I'm
you
going to
go.
help
Yes.
you. He never said that wasn't his
It's
child, so
okay.
where did that come from,
Okay.
Susie?
You don't know who baby that is.
Susie.
Okay, you don't know who baby that is. No, hold up, listen.
Regina, does Joanne think that that's
Of
her
course.
nephew?
Yes.
Of course.
Everybody thinks
wants a
that's
part of
Fernando,
my son.
besides
But
Susie,
I
but she
am the
didn't
mother.
Now, wait a second.
Please, Maury,
Fernando's
let me
father,
tell her
Kenneth,
now.
and his aunt Joanne are an active part of Rashawn's
Yes,
life.
I am.
And this is what they say.
When I got the phone call that Fernando had gotten shot, it was one of the worst day of my life.
My son Fernando was my world. He was my oldest son, and I loved him with all my heart. Baby Rashad is all that I have left of him.
I really feel that Fernando sent Rashawn to us, so we know that he lives on. He left a part of him here for us.
I missed out on a lot of things in my son's life, and I know I can never get that time back. But I hope with baby Rashad, I can make up for lost time.
I feel like Susie's missing out on a lot of wonderful times. These are precious moments she will never get back. These DNA results will bring Fernando back into our lives. That's why it's very important to get the results today.
Unfortunately, this is some story. Kenneth was unable to travel to the show today, but everybody please welcome Joanne, Aunt Joanne. Here she is. Hi, Joanne.
I love you. I want you to know. I love you. But that's my nephew, Sam. You lied. You lied.
Sit down.
You want a
Sit down.
part of my son.
Joanne, sit down.
He is a part of it.
Sit down. Sit down.
He's a part of y'all.
Okay, talk. Why are you so sure it's your nephew?
Because the baby, tell you, he came to me when he was 7 months old. My brother, when he sleeps, he grind his teeth.
So this is his baby because the baby grinds his teeth.
No.
Because he grinds his teeth.
You can say what you want to say. And you can say what you want to say. He look like my nephew. Listen, he look just like my nephew. He grinds his teeth. May 15th. May 15th.
I have never seen so much screaming in a family about a story in which a young man tragically dies at such an early age.
Right, and who don't want a child that been dead or killed or whatever have a child out here?
All I want to ask you, Susie, one thing. If this is your grandchild, you're going to say you're sorry to a lot of people. Okay. When it comes to one-year-old Rashawn, Fernando is not the father. You are not the father.